Yes, so we are live. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what part of the world you're watching us from. It is another beautiful, beautiful Sunday, the 14th day of June, 2026. And it's our pleasure, to be here again with you. Myself and my colleagues are here, to actually give you a different direction, to what we have to discuss today. Today is not going to be your usual interview kind of session, okay? It is going to be interaction, okay? It is going to be interactive session for us. So we are looking forward to having you all sit down with us, grab your popcorn, grab whatever you use for snack or drink or favorite drink, okay? Sit down and, discuss this with us. And if you actually feel you want to actually contribute to this topic today, would like you, to put your opinion in our comment section, and we'll be happy to, air it here and also, discuss it. So today we are talking about urgent 2K. Most people have heard about the phrase, "I need urgent 2K." That is when an unexpected bill, emergency, or financial pressure shows up. But if you needed that extra 2K quickly, would you rely on your job or your business? That is our topic today. And in today's live session, we are going to discuss the pros and cons of of both sides. Okay, so you hear a lot of us, for and for, some for against. But we are not here to just debate. We are here to discuss. Okay, so we want you to actually join us if you can, so because we like to learn. You're going to be learning from us, and we'll be learning from you as well. So why having multiple streams of income matters, and how to position yourself in any situation that you are in matters also. So this is why we've always been using this platform to tell people to get, additional stream of income. You don't depend on one. We know that not the job is not the perfect one. The business might not be the perfect one for some people. But if you position yourself maybe to be in both, and then as time goes on, you see whichever favors you, then you stick to that, right? So that's actually a good thing or smart thing to do. And as you can see today, I'm not, alone by myself. I'm here with my fellow business partners, and I will just leave them to actually, introduce themselves as we are on the screen. I think Sister Doris is to my left. Yes, Sister Doris, if you can just introduce yourself, please.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday and happy weekend. For those that are watching us for the first time, I'm Doris, originally from Nigeria. I'm a mom of three, a stay-at-home mom, and a proud digital business mentor. Yeah, I hand over to you, sis.
Thank you, sis. So, Sister Salome.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Greetings from my side to your side. We are back again today. My name is still Salome Otisi, originally from Nigeria and a mom of beautiful 4 kids, a healthcare worker by profession. Sit back and listen to our topic today. Thank you. Back to you, sis.
Thanks, sis. Sister Sheila, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sheila, face behind Sheila's Digital Marketing. A proud mother of four, a Ghanaian but living in the UK, a healthcare assistant, and also a proud digital business owner and a mentor. So we are here for you tonight. Be ready. I hand back
Thank
to
you, sis. And the only man among us, Brother Michael.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Esusa Woluma. Yes, I'm also a Nigerian, a father of three beautiful children, and a husband. And I'm here to represent the men folk because I don't want people to believe that this is a business for the women alone. We are a lot of fathers and brothers inside the business too, and I'm waiting for you to connect with us. Thank you, and take a listen today.
Thank you so much, Brother Michael. And my name is Vera, originally from Nigeria, a proud mom of 6 beautiful children, and of course, a coach and a mentor in the business. I think before we dive into this topic, for the sake of our audience, and of course, for so many of us who are here watching right now, or even sitting in the panel, I would like us to know or to understand what urgent 2K mean. It may not just be your 2,000 US dollars. It might not be your 2,000 euros. It might not be your 2,000 naira. It might not be your 2,000 rupee, right? An urgent 2K just a slang that is used for, an emergency fund, okay? And of course, we know that for a lot of people, emergency shows up even without planning it, right? Emergencies can be your expenses, your home bills, your I wouldn't even say your house rent, because that's not an emergency, right? Because when you got that house, you knew when you plan it. And I want to say, if you have a wife who is in the hospital, who needs to deliver, that's not an emergency, expenses, because you had 9 months, to prepare for the delivery of the child, right? Except in some circumstances where you are planning to, deliver, naturally, and then an emergency shows up, and then you have to run around. But in any case, even if you have a wife or you are pregnant, you have to prepare for both, just in case whichever happens, right? Again, emergency bills can actually be, your medical bills, like I just mentioned. It will be your expenses that just crop up from somewhere, all right? Family emergencies, friends emergencies, people calling you to have a GoFundMe for something and you really want to support that cause. So those are emergency or urgent 2K. Okay. For you, if you have the need for urgent 2K, what area would you channel it to? Or if you are kind of having a job or a business, okay, which would you make your urgent 2K a source of income? So the floor is open, and anybody that have an idea of something, you can actually, unmute yourself and, let's hear you.
This is going to be a very interesting discussion today, because as we are talking, the heads are spinning. I can see Sister Doris laughing, and Sister Sheila too, because I know they are going to be bombarding me. Well, I think for me, it is important for people to understand, just like I rightly said, the word urgent. When that word urgent comes around, there is no way you can actually consider a job. Understand? Because if you are, everybody know, okay, probably there are some jobs that you can probably get an advance salary, but not if you are working in a multinational business where you don't have direct access to the human resources or the payroll. You cannot get an advance. You cannot get that access to request for an advance pay, which means that simply means that you have to go through processes to actually, before somebody that is going to approve it eventually gives an approval. By then, that word urgent, the need of that particular 2K is already defeated. Urgent 2K means urgently. You need it right now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, right now, how do you fix it? So it is almost, I'm struggling with the words to use here, because it's almost like one just need to take out the job equation, because it's not it's almost not relevant anymore if you are employed. Because if you're employed, you earn weekly or you earn monthly. So you're working on Monday, you get an emergency. You can't wait till Friday before you get the salary to go and fix that emergency. You want something to fix it right now. So what do you do?
I think it depends on the job, because there are some people that have the pay as you go job. If you have that one as your side hustle, the one after, immediately you finish working, they will give you the cash. So it depends on how much you want. So if you have that kind of job by the side for emergency, so you can actually call your boss, I'm ready today, I need a job today, I want to work today. If the job is available, they will give it to you. Once you finish, they will pay you. So I think that will solve the problem as well if you have that kind of job. So it depends on the job that you have. As we said, having one source of income is not good. Yeah, it's very risky. Yeah. So when you have multiple ones, when you have urgency like that, you go to the one that they will pay you immediately you finish working.
Okay. Actually, I'm not against what you said, Brother Mike, and also I agree with Brother Sister Doris as well, because when we are talking about urgent money, if you are not well prepared, there is no way you can get urgent money as fast as possible like that. And business, if you have not built it the way it can provide that urgent money, then it will be a total disaster for you, right? So in that case, I will set your job. Many people may prefer that, okay, let them go and look for a quick extra job just to do for 1 day or two to get that money. But when it's 1 day or two, maybe it's no longer an urgent, but at least the cash flows in before the end of the month. But if the business is already built, that's why we always said it's better to balance the boats. Do not, it's like we approach when you are working with your 5 to 9 job, use the resources to build a business that will give you that urgent cash flow when you needed it. Because the time you started it is not the time you will start earning from it. Just think about the future before you do anything. But let's assume that you're already building and you needed that, what do they call it? Urgent cash flow. That means, the job is to go back to go and look for another job that will give you that as soon as possible, since the business is still it's still growing.
In order for us to really, bring out, maybe, get people to actually understand this topic, because I know there is no good or bad, there is no best, there is no better, right?
Yeah.
But the truth is that in all this, it all depends on what works for everybody, right? But let us actually look at, maybe table out these, differences between the job and a business, okay? Like for the case of a job, right? You have predictable income, like Brother Mike said, right? In the sense that you can actually work, and of course, if you look at what Sister Doris and Sister Salome have also mentioned, we are all talking to you about the same thing, just that from different job perspectives. So I believe Sister Doris is talking about, this point from a healthcare worker, because she has a healthcare working husband. And Sister Doris, Sister Salome are talking, from the healthcare, aspect as well, because she works in healthcare. But Mike is talking from, the real salary, what do you call it? Salary, kind of a business, a job, So you just to kind of throw light on the point that we're coming from, okay? So for a job, it's predictable, okay? In the sense that I know personally as a healthcare worker, I can actually just pick up my purse, pick up my bag, and click a shift, and then go there and work. And as soon as I do that job, I know how much I'm expecting, right? And then you have steady paycheck. That is just no two ways about it. There is no lie about that. When you have a job, you know that at least this one is coming. I've worked, it's going to pay you, especially if you live in the diaspora. I'm not talking about the countries where you will work and people are still waiting for their income for 3 years. I'm not talking about those countries, okay? And of course, we're talking about you can easily budget, all right, on that. For example, somebody comes to me and say, okay, I need financial assistance. And I know that I'm actually at a job. I can know because I've already planned my budget around, my whatever I have coming in. I'm actually say, okay, this person, I'll place you on the payroll. I used to have payroll, right? It should maybe my July salary on the 14th of July. I will just put you there. You can come back to me and I'll give you something. Okay, so it is easier to budget around. Then, of course, it provides financial security. That is for a job, okay? But income is limited, and it is by time, and it is hourly rates. So in other words, your job takes care of your bills. It takes care of everything, but your job does not take care of your dream. In other words, if you want to become a millionaire and you decide to stay put at a job, you see, that's two different things. If you are okay to just pay bills, some people say we didn't come here to pay the bill and die, right? So if you're just to come here and pay the bills and that's it, then the right fit for you or the right fit for your urgent case should be your job, right? But in the case of a business, there is a potential for larger income, unexpected one. You can actually grow exponentially. Do you understand? You can be.
There's something
wake up tomorrow.
Okay, there's something I wanted to say, but before I say it, I want to give Sister Sheila the chance to come up because she's looking at us. She's just being an audience.
I'm just waiting for Stavera to finish.
Okay.
Because I was about to chip in.
I'm trying to put the cases, side by side, so that at least maybe she will get her point from there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What I was just going to quickly say, just drop it. I'll just drop it very, very fast. Is that I want us to remove because when it's just in reference to what you talked about now, there are some people who have their 9 to 5, but their 9 to 5 actually it's an open door or link for them to become millionaires, because those people that earn extremely more than what any human being is supposed to earn. So let's remove that bracket and bring the level, the tier a little bit lower, so that when we are talking about people not being able to become millionaires through their jobs, we know that our audience, we know that we understand that there are people in those kind of brackets who can actually become millionaires through their jobs.
I will definitely come back to this, Brother Mike. Sister Sheila, if you want to, put out your points.
Okay, like our sister said, she was talking about the job and people, like you can plan around your daily life, because maybe if I work today, tomorrow or next week, I'll be paid. So when you're doing something, oh, I'll be getting this next week. So when you're planning, you plan around that. But the question is, what if that job stops today? What if you are not able to go today? The very moment that job stops today, your income also stops. What will you do about it? A business, when built correctly, as we all know, it can continue generating income. So in case of emergencies, you have something to stand on. But if you rely solely on your job and it stops, that means there's a problem. That urgent 2K, you will not be able to have it. But if you have extra income, if you have something aside coming in all the time, if this one is stopped, I know even if it's going to be a little bit difficult, it's not going to be like so difficult that I will not be able to turn things around. At least I have something to depend on. I have something to rely on. So it's good to have like multiple streams of income. Yes, our job is good. It's there for us to pay our bills. But if you have something aside your main job, like creating your own business or having a side hustle alongside your main job, that is also even better. Yeah.
Very well. Thank you so much, Sister Sheila.
A good point. In the world where costs are not limited or controlled anymore, where you can go to the shop and you buy bread, and then the next one you go to buy bread, there's an increase in the price where nothing is predicted anymore. I think just to support what Sister Sheila just said now is what every right-thinking person should do. Understand that? Making sure that there is an extra source of income that brings something. Like Sister Sheila also said earlier, it necessarily does not mean that you put in something today and you start getting from it the next day or the next month or even the next year. But then every good thing needs incubating time. You understand? If you see the hen, when the hen lays the egg, for you to have chicks, the hen has to incubate the eggs. So before you can have lots of chicks to continue your poultry. If you just go and you start picking the eggs immediately, you are going to eat it up, and after a short while, the layer become too old to lay eggs, and suddenly you see that you don't have chicks, so then you have to go and buy new chicks and start to raise them. But if you allow the hen to incubate the eggs and then you grow chicks, you see that after a while you are having two sources of income from just one poultry. You are getting eggs and you are able to sell chicks to keep the poultry going. Now, every business needs that incubating time for it to grow. Once you have incubated, once your business have grown roots, then you start to be able to get that cover somewhere. So my point is just that get that time, I mean, rather get that business and give it time. And when I say give it time, I mean you also have to actually put the work in to make sure that business grows, to make sure that business is able to take care of you and take care of that urgent 2K, because it's not just enough to have it and not work on it.
I was actually going to come into, to talk about that, because it is not just about, the problem is not just about the job versus the business, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The real issue that we have here is you cannot depend on one source of income, just like Brother Mike actually said, okay? You cannot just depend on one. Even in the business as well, you have to get a business that has the potential to spread its wings and, generate income. Like, this is why I love our business, model so much. which gives you the opportunity to, when you come in there, you don't just depend on one source of income, right? Like I was just mentioning with my colleagues before we actually come on live, right? Where sometimes you could just say, our businesses pays us on one day, they pays us multiple times, right? But that's because it is because of the sources that the way we have actually strategized our business. Even while we are doing one business, you have the potential, to grow exponentially, okay, if you strategize well. All right. And apart from that, if it's a member of our community, there are different sources, ways that you can actually make money. Yeah, you have some. We're going to say something, Sister Doris.
Yeah. The only thing I want to add again is what Sister Sheila said. If you look at it in the other angle, if you have multiple sources of income, especially if it's this our own business, while you are using your job to finance your business and your business has grown, there is no how when you need urgent 2K, you will not see it in your account. It will be there sitting. Yeah. You don't even need to go out to go and do the job. Because when you have multiple sources of income, you will have something that you are saving there at the back of your bank. It's there. You're not touching it. If it's this our business, that's why we keep saying this our business, because we know very well what this business can give you. So if you have a job,
continue.
So if you have a job and you're depending on that job, that is why we are here, for you to take action. Because everything that you need is in this business. It don't need to be perfect. It don't need to have experience. All we are saying is for you to come as you are. Because this business will help you to keep something by the side. When the time of urgent 2K or urgent anything comes, you will just go straight to your bank account and take it without running around looking for a way out. Go on, Sister.
Yeah, thank you so much, my honorable mentors and coach. Our audience, there is one thing I want to say, and if I let it be clear to anyone that is watching us right now, or people that will watch replay later. What we are here trying to let you know is that your job provides income, right? But your business needs attention to grow. If you only give energy to what pays now, you may never build something that can create more options later for you. You can never grow, because growth happens when you consistently invest time in your future goals. And that's exactly, like my sister said, where you can get that urgent 2K. Everybody on this planet Earth always needs urgent 2K, 1K, 500, 200, one way or the other. But it cannot fall from the tree. No, it can never. You have to build it, or you go and borrow it. But mind you, when you keep borrowing, you are eating your tomorrow now, because you'll be keep on borrowing and paying the ones you have already borrowed, or you will work for the money you have already eaten. So what we are trying to let you know here is, at the same time you are working, whether you get good paid or not, use part of it and build something you can be proud of tomorrow and call your own. The goal is not choosing one and abandon other. No, it's not the goal. Because many people that chooses work, they know how their body, in fact, their body start talking before they will open their mouth. If you're one of them, you know what I mean. So people that is now balancing it with a business, hobbies, they are the one enjoying this life. They are the ones that go for holiday. They are the ones that have time for their children. They are the ones that have all those moments you are dreaming, because you work with your shift and you pack their own shift while they are enjoying.
While they are living the dreams.
Yes. So we are trying to tell you to use your job to support your current responsibility while using spare time to develop skills, to build your business and create new opportunities. That business built on your name. It may not grow today, tomorrow. Like my brother said, when you plant a tree, you will nurture that tree. You will make sure you keep it alive until when that seed become a big tree. You don't need to work for that tree again. One simple seed will give you multiple hundreds of fruits, right? This is what will bring. So make your choice.
So,
that is
Sister Sheila,
yes,
just
Sister Sheila,
just sorry before you go in, I just want to say just to lift up what Salome said. And my dad had a palm farm, very big.
Voila.
I remember when we were planting, then you plant, it was tedious job. It was not easy job to plant. And then you have to weed, you see grass coming in, trying to struggle for nutrient with it. You have to continuously weed. And after a while, the tree grew up and spread their wings. And then you don't need to do anything anymore. And suddenly, you see the tree is producing every year. My dad has been dead now for about 4 or 5 years, but yet the palm farm is still there. It's still yielding. People go to harvest it every year, and they bring returns to the family. It's still there, but he that planted that idea, had that vision. He's long gone, but that palm farm is still there, alive, and still bringing something to the family every year. So it is important we think about things, we think about future, because when we talk about business, we talk especially when it's digital based, people have some narrow mind about it. I understand being skeptical about something you are not holding, something you are not physically holding in your hand, but at the same time, if you don't learn to trust yourself and learn to check and do your due diligence, there's no way you would not just focus your or streamline your mind or your vision to just one source of income, which is always dicey when the time. I have some old colleagues, some of them, yes, they've saved some money, but at the same time, some are very scared to go on pension because they are not sure what the tomorrow will bring for them. They are not sure if their pension, even though they've worked for 40, 50 years, if they are going to have enough to keep living the lifestyle they've been living all their lives. Are they going to suddenly have to downsize because they cannot afford it anymore? That's what we're talking about, an extra source of income. Sorry, back to you, Sister Sheila.
No, it's fine. Yeah. So, a lot of people are just there thinking, maybe they are just thinking, I have to do something, I have to start something, but they are just scared to take that bold step. They are just scared to take that action. They never take action, just sitting there waiting for the perfect time. But you know what? If there's something urgent in your life, you don't need a perfect time. You need what you really need. So there are steps that we used to say something that if you need to use the loo, you don't sit there and be going here and there instead of going straight to the loo, because the urgency of you visiting the loo. So you rush and go to the loo. This is the time for you to take that bold step. This is the time for you to take that bold action, because there is no perfect time. The wait you are waiting, you are losing your opportunity. You are losing what you need to achieve in life. You are just wasting your time for no reason. Stand up today and take that bold step into the future you really, really want.
Thank you so much, Sister Sheila. Many people are just, one step away from, financial stress, okay? Because, of course, we have, unexpected expense, hanging around. And of course, diversifying income reduces this vulnerability. That's what we are saying in the long run. In other words, if you prepare yourself, for the raining days, you will be able, to face the raining day without much stress. It's not as if that raining day wouldn't come, but because you are prepared, you will see you'll be more relaxed. Mm-hmm. So why multiple income actually, matters? It matters because we all now know, you will know by yourself, right, that one stream of income only pays the bill, whether it involves a business that is just only one way. For example, you have a shop, and the only thing you do in the shop is to sell only one type of product, right? Meanwhile, you have customers who will come to the shop, and then would we need something else. They will have to leave your shop. Sometimes before they come to your shop, they've gone to a different person who is selling the exact same thing as you, but have multiple things. The person will go there and prefer to do all their shopping under one umbrella, under one roof.
Right.
So it's the same way, that we are trying to, refer to this in the digital business system. Okay. And we also know that additional income stream creates options. In other words, you do not have to just, accept anything. I will give you a typical example. There was a time that when I was still working, I'm saying this and I'm even vulnerable saying this right now. I remember the way I had no option when I just got that job. I had no option, right? I used to travel from where I live here. I would drive about 1 hour, all right, to this particular place of job. And guess what? How many hours I was working? I was working 5 hours. And for those 5 hours, I would, of course, I'm going to buy fuel, right? And I think I only got paid €11.38 at the time. So you can imagine 5 hours, by the time you take out everything, I'm only coming home with about 20-something euros after working 5 hours. Do you understand? Because I had no option. Thankfully, I was lucky to have a particular, manager who said, "You mean you travel all the way from here to come and do this 5 hour shift?" No, she put me on full shift, even though they didn't need me for that full shift. But I knew she was doing that just to help me. But you imagine putting myself in that situation because I had no option. But when I had the option, in the sense that when I now applied, to work full time, when I applied to increase, increase my knowledge in the field, I had options then. And of course, right now, when I had the option to also have the business, the option was not even to leave the job because the job was no longer, taking care of my responsibility. All right. So diversifying income reduces your vulnerability when it comes to that time. Right. And of course, it will reduce the stress and increase freedom. Guys, the world is freedom. It's not just about getting by. It's about having something that you will boldly, you can boldly hold on to. Like I can go ahead and sleep now because I know that my business is already established to an extent. Do you understand? Because I know that the freedom that comes with that, I can't trade it for anything else. I have tested this freedom. I have tested it, and sorry, I do not want to become, tied again to one corner. Especially when it comes to my financial options. So before we go ahead, because we know this topic is actually very, very good, and it is diversified. But we are going to try as much as we can not to keep you waiting, because we'll try as much as we can to stay about for 30 minutes. Okay. So before building the emergency, the best time to create an additional income is not when you need it. It is before it comes. Yeah. And as a result of that, when the emergency comes, you don't have to worry because you have something already. Financial preparations create peace of mind. A lot of us right now, especially living in the diaspora, the sickness that we never had before, the ailment that we never had before. I remember coming into this country and my doctor kept telling me for 2, 3, 4 years that I will live forever. Having what you call an emergency situation whereby doctors will have to be sending you, text messages to comfort tests. A lot of us are like that. You don't have to keep living your life like this. There are options. This is what we are saying. And in order for you, to jump into the train that we are on right now, we are all on the train. No matter where we are in our businesses, we are all on the train. We are going to arrive somewhere. And our destination is to create that legacy kind of business that if we are no longer here, the business can also take care of whatever we have to worry about today. When, God forbid, when the eventuality comes, we know that we have a business that will take care of us. That's right. All right. So you have to be able to join this. The best way to do that is you look at your screen right now. Anybody you see on your screen, just screenshot, because sometimes it's very hard to write the emails. The website. So just screenshot the picture, and then you can go ahead and contact them later. So this is Doris, and Doris' website, as you can see on the screen. All right, quickly screenshot it. And I'm going to be going over to Sheila. Sheila has, our own website there. So just screenshot it right now, okay? And, contact her. It doesn't matter who you see on the screen, but each and every one of us will bring you to the right business. And of course, here you have Salome. Salome is on the screen right now, and you can actually go ahead and screenshot it. Then contact her with, the information you have there. And then we have, Brother Mike, who's also here right now. Okay, screenshot what you see on the screen right now, and then get in touch with him later on. All right. And of course, if it's from me, you can actually go there and, you screenshot it as well. And, I'll be getting in touch with you. So why are we saying all this? We are saying all this because we're inviting you to watch the webinar. The webinar has lots of information about our business model. This is a business that has been changing lots of people's life around the world. That is not picking nationality, is not picking skin color, is not picking where you reside, because I've seen people who are thriving so much in this business from Nigeria. I've seen people who are thriving from this business a lot from Nepal. I've seen people who are thriving so much, from areas that that you personally read in the papers that they have economic situation, but they've been able to set a legacy in starting this business. So we are sharing with you, and we want you to come and join us. And this is a very wonderful topic. And if you want us to talk about this next time, we will. But for now, it's a goodbye, for us.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.